Thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna kick things off now, and start off this presentation. So, firstly, thank you for sort of coming in and joining us today this evening for this webinar. I see that there are people from all parts of the world. So for those of you who've woken up extremely early to join us once again, thank you for that as well. This entire presentation today is about what we've achieved so far in the first 6 months of the year, and what we're sort of looking at doing over the next 6 months, right? Now, I actually wanted to start off by talking a little bit about Reseller Club. Actually, I know that all of you are partners, are our resellers for a while now. But in any case, I think it's good to sort of take stock once in a while about Reseller Club as a whole, right? We're one of the largest wholesale focused providers in the world. We're a true one-stop shop platform for all sorts of web presence requirements. So, right from domain names to hosting products to several different add-ons that we have already added or that we are going to look at, right? Like you've got the likes of Komodo, SiteLock, CodeGuard, etc. that we already have. We're looking at launching a bunch of others like Mojo Marketplace, etc. So we want to make sure that we are that true one-stop shop for all your needs, right? And we also have the widest range of add-on products and services, like I just said. But I think one of the main reasons why I wanted to mention Reseller Club was to actually mention the last point, that now we're a part of Endurance, the Endurance International Group, right? Which is a publicly listed company and is one of the largest hosting web infrastructure companies in the world. In fact, I'd say the largest, but then it's my company. I don't want to sound that pompous, but yeah, I mean that's Reseller Club became a part of Endurance last year in January, and it's been a wonderful experience working with the team. And honestly, it's actually helped us a lot in improving a lot of our services and growing along with the other Endurance brands as well, right? I just want to mention right now, because I didn't earlier, that another way for you to catch this entire webinar is by actually catching this on Periscope. Just look for at Reseller Club on Periscope, and you can actually view the video of this webinar as well, and maybe even see my ugly face. Anyway, moving on. So why are we doing this presentation today, right? I already told you that it's basically a summary of the previous 6 months and the 6 months that are going to come. But why are we really doing this? Now, we obviously want to make sure that before you sort of build your plans in terms of your marketing, in terms of what different products are you looking at focusing on over the next couple of months, you make sure that you know our plans as well, right? You should have enough matter or enough knowledge for you to be able to make informed decisions about what you want to do with your business and how you want to take it forward. We also want to make sure that we can get as much feedback as possible. So in fact, during this entire presentation, if you have any question, please mention it in the question section. And I might not look at it while the webinar is going on, but I'll definitely make sure that we're looking at all your questions later and actually answering them through your account managers. We also want to restate that we're absolutely dedicated to you, to your business, to your growth. And that's really what Reseller Club functions on, right? We are a completely reseller focused platform provider, all right? And we want to make sure that we can constantly engage with you and work with you and grow with you. We're also doing this because this is, a good shameless marketing exercise. We like doing shameless marketing exercises. Anyway, so what's worked and not worked over the last 6 months, right? So let's actually start off with different aspects of the business that have done really, really well for us. The first one is obviously our hosting products and services and other add-ons. Now, it was about, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, that we actually started focusing a lot more on our hosting products and services. We launched, different versions of shared hosting. We earlier had just, Windows and Linux hosting with just one domain being allowed to be hosted on every single package. We then launched multi-domain hosting. We also launched reseller hosting over a period of time. We then launched VPSs. We then launched all these shared hosting products and services on different locations. So we got Hong Kong servers, we got UK servers, we got Indian servers and so on, right? Apart from obviously our US servers. So we've come a long way over the across the last 4 or 5 years in terms of everything that we've been able to offer uh, in terms of our hosting products and services, right? This year itself, our dedicated servers, which was actually launched just last year, and our VPSs have actually done exceedingly well. We've actually increased our sales by 43% across these products, and we've also done extremely well with our other products and services. But I wanted to call out a special mention over here for dedicated servers because we've actually worked on different sorts of marketing initiatives with some of our key partners, and we're actually open to working with more partners as we move along as well, where we look at MDFs, which are marketing development funds for dedicated servers and VPSs. So the concept is simple. If you have a marketing plan where you have ways in which you can grow your dedicated server and VPS business with us, you contact us and we basically look at funding that marketing program as long as the return that we're making on investment makes sense. So if you want more details about this MDF, about how we can work with you to increasing your dedicated server and VPS sales, please make sure you contact your account manager or just send a mail to sales@resellerclub.com. Business email is another new product that we launched, and this has received a lot of positive response as well. In fact, I need to be honest over here, right? So business email was a replacement for our previous shared email product. Our previous shared email product was actually one of the cheapest email products available in the market. So cheap that we actually reached a point where we felt that it was a loss-making proposition, right? Not just for us, but for anybody that was managing, email accounts and selling them at 35 cents for all email accounts across that domain name, right? It just didn't make any sense. So we decided to actually work on a different scale, which was very similar to our enterprise email model, which was basically billing on a per email basis rather than on the domain name overall, right? And initially, we obviously received some amount of slack from some of our partners because they obviously felt that their prices, etc., were going to increase. But we still sort of swallowed that pill and went ahead with it because we realized that over a period of time, this would actually be extremely beneficial, right? Not just to us, but even to the resellers, even to our partners, to you guys, because this actually allowed you to do the same, right? Charge on a per email account basis in an automated fashion and make sure that you are receiving the right sort of value for the value that you are offering. So it's actually received a lot of positive response, and we generally at the beginning of the year work on a bunch of projections across all these products and services. Like I told you, dedicated servers increased by 43% in sales. Business email has been doing way above what we have projected for it to do as well. So once again, that's been a huge success for us. Komodo is another very, very interesting product. Obviously, it's one of the cheapest digital certificates out there, or rather one of the most value efficient digital certificates out there. And it's almost doubled our sales compared to our previous line of certificates. So our previous line of certificates were definitely a little more premium in nature when it comes to the price. But Komodo is an excellent product that has a huge amount of market value, brand value, and is something that is again being sold extremely, extremely well and being received very well by resellers and their customers. So again, these are just some of the hosting, aspects that I wanted to talk about and some of the add-ons, right? Let's actually also talk about some of the things that haven't worked. I can't, sit here today and actually, tell you guys that, everything that we've been doing has been wonderful, has been all hunky-dory, etc. We've had our difficult times as well. And I want to be absolutely honest about it. So, one of our most challenging phases was when we actually launched all these different hosting products, when our sales started going up, etc., right? Yes, our support team got a little overloaded. While we had accounted for a lot of, a lot of the increase in sales, etc., and how that would sort of impact support, while we accounted for it, we still faced some amount of issues, right? And support responses were a tad bit slow. But I want to tell you this, right? That I was sitting with my support team head Prateek, and discussing some of these issues because we were getting a lot of flack from resellers about how responses are slow, etc. And we were just discussing how if we want to and if we work towards it, we can actually be one of the best support teams in the world, right? Because if you think about it, we're in a country that is extremely passionate and eager about whatever they do, right? We're a country that is all about employment opportunities, all about making sure that there are newer opportunities available for people to grow, to be able to earn a living, etc. Right? So we have no dearth of talent. We have no dearth of of the kind of tech savvy people that we want, right? So we have all the talent available in this country, and we've probably not done enough to be able to increase our team size and recruit more people, etc. Right? So at the beginning of the year, when we started facing a lot of these issues, we actually took it upon ourselves to make sure that we put down certain processes and certain practices into place, which would help us actually get there, where people who are working with us and are absolutely frustrated, or for some reason feel that support responses are coming in slowly. Our goal is to make sure that 1 year down the line, it's the same people that reply back to us, complimenting us on our services, complimenting us on how we've been able to turn around a lot of our support times and responses, etc. Right? So we've worked over the last few months to increase our team size. Our support team size today is bigger by over 40%. All right. And while we've actually done this, we've made sure that we can actually maintain quality levels of of the people that we've hired and everything that they can do, right? So this has again been a huge success for us in terms of adding more people over here. And what that's also done is it's basically made us work on it's made us work on not just hiring people, but also making sure that this talent is put to use correctly. And we've in fact actually even reduced the amount of promotional activities that we undertook during these first 6 months, only to make sure that while we were facing issues, we weren't overloading our support team. So kudos to Prateek and his support team for basically turning things around. And over the next 6 months, I'm hoping that support actually, does wonders and make sure that we've been able to re-establish the faith that people have had in us for so many years back earlier. So yes, from going to something that probably didn't work in the first 6 months, but I'm hoping works in the next 6 months, to what's also worked for us in the previous 6 months, right? Our domain name offers. We've prided ourselves on making sure that on a month-on-month basis, every single month, we're able to combine as many different domain offers as possible, because we understand that domain names is an entry point to this business, right? Even Reseller Club today, it is as big as it is because initially it actually focused a lot on domain names. It made sure that it had a lot of different offers that resellers liked, resellers appreciated, and resellers joined us for. It's only because of that support that we've been able to grow to the sort of provider that we are today. And we know our roots, and we will always make sure that we keep strengthening our roots, right? So if you look at some of the promotions on your screen, we've had extremely good responses to them, and we've been able to once again grow extremely well as a result of these promotions. On the domain side, something that hasn't worked, however, is our new gTLDs, right? Now, I think a lot of you guys know in this market that there are a huge amount of new strings that have come out, new gTLDs that have come out, that are looking at competing with the likes of your com, net, org, etc. And grabbing some amount of market share for themselves, right? Now, before I get into why these haven't worked, you need to understand that we actually are a part of, or rather have a huge focus towards developing markets, right? So the level of awareness about new gTLDs within these markets is extremely low. If you look at the stats, these new gTLDs actually account for less than 1% or around 1% of the total registrations across all domain names within developing markets, right? And if you look at other developed markets, this number is a lot higher. CCTLDs in fact account for 44.5% of the overall registrations, and traditional gTLDs about 54.5. Having said this, right, we have seen some amount of traction with gTLDs, with some of the newer gTLDs. .science, .xyz, .club. All of these have done extremely well in different sort of areas within the market, right? So the domainer area, for example, or the speculation-driven area. all of these have done well within these areas and continue to do well as well, and there will be newer ones as well. But what we're hoping for is that we can work with you guys, with our partners, to actually increase awareness of new gTLDs, especially in these focused developing markets, right? Because it's extremely important for consumers to want some of these aspects, and if we can work together towards increasing demand or increasing knowledge, I think instead of you going out there and trying to make difficult sales for gTLDs, etc., people should be coming to you and asking you for these, right? And we're hoping we can sort of work with other sort of market players, etc., and with you to change and make sure that this trend actually moves in the right direction. So this was the first 6 months. This was everything that we've achieved and not achieved, honestly, so far. And like I said, there are always going to be good times and tough times. And thank you for being with us through all of them. I now want to talk about some of the aspects that we've been working towards and are really excited about in the next 6 months, right? Let me actually, start. So this is a slide that basically encapsulates what we're doing, right? We've got, you know, tons of developers, system administrators, etc., all working very enthusiastically and very passionately on our OtterBox platform, on our platform that basically enables you to be able to resell all your products and services, or all these products and services, right? And this is our lab. This is what we do. We have this lab, and there are a bunch of things that we're working on over here, starting with bundling of products and services, right? So I'm sure you've seen a lot of different large retail focused providers actually offering a domain plus hosting plus email package, or a domain plus a website plus an email package, or other combinations, but basically bundled packages at cheaper rates, right? We're going to do this as well. We're going to look at launching this hopefully by sometime mid-August, if not earlier, right? And what we'll actually do over here is we'll actually create these packages ourselves and apply prices to them. And over a period of time, you can start offering them as those bundles, and actually hope to sort of increase your sales and conversions because of that. If you look at other endurance brands, well, this is again an internal stat that I wanted to share with you. There are several other endurance brands today that have actually shown a huge amount of growth in the sales of these bundled products and services, right? So we're hoping that we can work with you in increasing your sales for some of these products and services, and allow you to compete with the larger retail providers out there as well. App Machine. This is another product that I am extremely excited about, right? The reason I'm actually excited about this is because it is something that that doesn't really exist in the market with too many providers, and it's something that you should definitely look forward to, right? So App Machine is basically a native app builder. It allows you to build applications from scratch, either for iOS or Android, and do that in a very easy to build manner, right? It's like a builder for applications, just how you have website builders in the market. And if one of the reasons why this is going to be a really interesting product, and potentially a game changer as well, according to me, is because if you look at the number of mobile internet users that are rising, right, over the world, you'll see that they've already started crossing the number of users that we have for your regular sort of broadband internet, etc., right? So the mobile internet users are overtaking your broadband internet users, and over a period of time, I'm guessing the need for surfing, or doing everything on the mobile, is going to increase drastically as well, right? So that basically means you'll have apps. You'll have a lot of different apps that people would want to use or explore, and we're going to figure out ways with you in how can we actually optimize on this trend and make sure that we're working with you towards giving you the tools that you need to be able to increase your business. So App Machine, a product that I'm personally looking forward to. This, by the way, is already available on our service provider platform. If you check out our service provider platform, we've already linked App Machine over there, which actually takes you directly to App Machine, and it's fairly interesting. You should already check it out if you haven't, but it will be available on OtterBox soon enough as well. Mojo Marketplace, once again, something that it should be Really exciting for our web designer and developer audience out there. This basically gives you a lot of different themes, plugins, etc. for WordPress, and other sort of CMSs. It's a very popular product within the endurance community. It's been doing exceedingly well, and I think it is a perfect sort of home. In Audible, it has a perfect home in Audibox as well, right? I think uh, it's something that our designer and developer audience will be able to sort of connect with and be able to use, and even our web hosting providers who are working with us can actually take this through the platform and offer it to their design customers as well, right? So this actually allows you to make to build templates and plugins, which are sort of crucial for managing your business. And as you know, more than 60% of web professionals today are building their sites on CMSs like WordPress and Drupal, right? So it should be a very handy service for you to avail of. Dedicated servers in India, well, this is something that again there was a massive demand for. So we're looking at working on this. It's going to be in beta now, and it should be out for everybody to use very soon. Once again this year. So the reason I'm not actually putting dates for any of these products and services is because you know how development pipelines can be. So I saw a question about why are there no specific dates? It's exactly that. I don't want to commit on something that I'm not sure of. I just know that it's going to be this year. And as and when it comes, we'll make sure we give you enough advance notice to be able to sort of take it forward. Google Apps has already been integrated into the Autobox platform. We're currently working with Google to understand how we can actually offer this to our resellers through the Autobox channel and make sure that they have that you have the benefits of being able to offer Google Apps, so you don't really need to sell the product because the product does its own talking, but you can just sort of make your margins on these products and services. Themes for Supersite 2, again, extremely high in terms of demand. We've heard this for some time now, and one of the biggest problems that we've had with themes is that if we were to offer themes, right now there are a lot of times where we basically trickle down updates onto the Supersite when we launch new products, when we change any sort of feature, etc. Right? If we were to start offering themes, then those updates would be a lot more difficult to be able to trickle down. So we've taken some amount of time to work out how we're going to structure this. But I'm happy to say that we have figured some of these aspects out, and we will be launching newer themes for the Supersite 2, which will give you better customization and better flexibility and make things even more easier for you when it comes to using the Supersite 2. Upsell engine, this is once again one of my personal favorites, and it's something that I'm looking forward to. It's basically an engine which will analyze your consumers' usage of different products and services, and accordingly upsell other products and services or enhancements to them based on what they're using. So for example, if somebody's purchased a domain name and a website builder package, or let's say purchased a domain name and maybe a hosting package, right? We might feel the need to look at analyzing if on that domain name there is any sort of backup service. If there isn't, we could basically upsell the backup service to that customer directly with your branding on emails, etc. Right? So what we want to do is make our communication on the Autobox platform a lot more relevant, which automatically helps you increasing your business. I've been talking about how I'm really excited about this and I'm really excited about that, and I might sound slightly monotonous while I say this, but this is again another one that excites me. So, in conclusion, the remaining 6 months are probably the most exciting times of our time of our lives over here at Reseller Club. But this is exciting as well, right? So we've basically revamped our website, and we've been working on a totally new buy flow for the products and services on this website. It's something that will be fairly interesting and something that you guys will look forward to. So I'm happy to announce that this website, new website, will also be revamped and launched by the end of the month or sometime in August. launches today, and through the rest of the week, we're launching auto renewals this week. We're also relaunching our reseller hosting promo, and also the early access program, which is basically another interesting way for you to buy premium domain names across our platform. So I've covered, what we've done in the last 6 months and what we're looking at doing in the coming 6 months as well, right? And I just wanted to reiterate, what we do here at Reseller Club, because I think it's important to take stock of this once in a while, right? We are an only for resellers business. We don't work with customers. We don't compete with you. We don't try to ever compete with you or get customers on board who are end users of these products and services. We only try to build products and services that are essential for a reseller's business, where a reseller can actually take these and enhance the value of his business, right? Our success has always been defined by the success of our partners. So honestly, because we're a reseller model, if you're not selling, we're not selling. So it's in our best interest to make sure that you continue selling and you keep increasing your business, right? And we're committed to building a truly comprehensive platform for all your business needs. So it's important to understand that, right? We want this platform, right? You saw all these different products and services that we're looking at integrating, right? I want this platform to basically be that one-stop shop, which basically gives you anything and everything. It should be like, an eBay of web infrastructure products and services, where you can get anything and everything to do with web infrastructure over here. And I should tell you that, these are some of the products and services that I've publicly spoken about. There are a couple of others that are fairly ambitious in nature as well, which we're looking at sort of integrating in Autobox, which I don't want to at this point in time commit to. But imagine if you had, hosting products of different brands, all available on the Autobox platform, all available for you to be able to resell. Right now, wouldn't that be interesting, right? And similarly, you have other themes and plugins of different providers as well. Wouldn't that be interesting as well, right? So we're actually trying to make sure that we can build a really comprehensive set of products and services on this Autobox platform and offer it to you guys to be able to run your business. Thank you. That's it. I have spoken for way too long, and I've seen that there are a bunch of questions that have come up. I'm going to do my best to go back and make sure that we can answer as many of these as possible, as soon as possible with the account managers. I'm going to make sure that you guys get all the responses that you guys have been looking for. And yes, thank you for attending this. Honestly, it's not possible to have a webinar of this nature without you, and I'm really overwhelmed by the response that we've got today. Really appreciate it. I'm here, I work over here for you guys, and I am your representative over here within Reseller Club. So I'm really happy that you guys could join, and we will do our best to respond to your questions as soon as possible. Thank you. I hope you guys have a fantastic day ahead or evening ahead. And cheers, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye.